What's up, guys? IFBB Pro Classic Physique Arash Rabar here. I'm here with Alexander Vega, my friend and client. He came and visited us. We just trained quads, killer quad workout at Beth Francis Powerhouse Gym. I just wanted to introduce Alex to you guys because I think Alex has a lot in common with a lot of you guys out there. Alex is 24 years old. He's in school and he's working. He's actually in school to become a doctor, which is very admirable because we know how hard that is. And he's an aspiring bodybuilder. He's competed, how many shows have you done?
One.
He's done one classic physique show, and we started working together about
2.5 months.
2.5 months ago. So prior to working with me, Alex did the show, and now we've been working 2.5 months in the off season. We did a posing video earlier today, which I'll post. You guys can see his conditioning. He has beautiful structure, beautiful shape, and keeping fairly lean for the off season. Now, again, the reason I'm introducing Alex is because I want to ask Alex, at this age, trying to become a doctor, why compete? Why bodybuild? He gets asked on a weekly basis, how do you have the time to bodybuild and eat and train? And a lot of questions I've been getting asked lately is how to juggle it. Because a lot of you guys look at me, I do have a career and a day job as well, but you look at me and you say, oh, well, he's a pro. You guys don't need to be at the gym for 3-4 hours. You can get a serious, intense workout in 30 to 40 minutes. You guys don't need to let bodybuilding take over your life. Someone recently told me that bodybuilding ruined his life, whereas, you know, I think it added, and I learned so much, it added to my life. And he said because all his focus, all his energy's gone to bodybuilding, it's ruined his relationships, it's ruined his work, he did bad in school, so on and so forth. So I'll let Alex talk a little bit. Let these guys know, first of all, why you're doing what you're doing while you're working and trying to become a doctor, and how you're juggling it.
So I've been in graduate school for about 2 years now. I fell in love with bodybuilding about 2 years ago. Really, it's when I really started. I didn't know anything about it prior to that, and I just fell in love with it. I'm a big fanatic of sports, so I love sports. In lieu of that, I decided to try bodybuilding, and I picked up books. I started going online. The online world is ubiquitous with bodybuilding information, so I just started picking up that. And as time went on, I learned that even through my undergraduate career, getting my bachelor's degree, I had to prioritize. You know, it's hard taking 16 to 18 credit hours worth of classwork, especially when my major was chemistry. So whenever you're taking those difficult advanced chemistry courses, and then you have to, you don't have a meal to eat, or you have to spend hours in the library studying. So I just learned how to prioritize, and so what I started doing was watching videos about other bodybuilders. Or I prep my meals, so I just started prepping my meals, and so I would start prepping 4 or 5 meals a day, so I could just keep myself eating. And mind you, I wasn't doing it for the sake of bodybuilding back then, because I didn't know I was ever going to step on stage. I was doing it honestly to keep myself healthy, because I would go hours on end without eating, which is not, for me, not a good thing, especially as in my career field, it's unhealthy. So I just started doing that. I kept with it. Started watching workout videos and stuff like that, and yeah, that's how my journey began.
Is it safe to say that your main priority in life is to become a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay, so
bodybuilding
you're not trying to become rich and famous from bodybuilding.
No, not at all.
Okay, so then, would you say that bodybuilding during this phase in your life, going to school and working and having a really hectic schedule, basically, has it taken away from your school and your work, or has it aided you in some way becoming a better student?
It's aided me tremendously, and the reason why I say that is because aside from obviously the physical aspect of training, the mental aspect of training is what really I've noticed the most amount of growth from. Because when you train, you kind of put yourself in this mentality, okay, you got to push yourself, you got to push yourself, you got to push yourself. It's the exact same thing with reading a textbook. You may not like the subject, but you have to push yourself to read it, because at the end of the day, a person with a PhD or a person with an MD degree, when they ask you questions on an exam, you're expected to know that information. The same kind of mentality comes in here. So it translated very well with me. And I'm the type of person that, if it translates well, then I'll utilize it. And if it's not, then I won't use it.
But you don't have any stress about, oh, I got to get to the gym, I got to eat a meal when you're in school and stuff like that. So it's meditative for you, right? Yeah. All right, so I feel like I'm not trying to sell you guys. This isn't an infomercial about why to be a bodybuilder. But if you guys are stressed out about your workouts and your diets, then just take a break from it. It's got to serve a purpose in your life. It has to make you happy. We shouldn't be doing anything that doesn't make us happy or doesn't benefit us. All right, guys, we got disconnected because of these shitty cameras. Shouldn't be a shitty camera because it's brand new, but... So I was saying that, bodybuilding shouldn't be a chore. It shouldn't mess up other aspects of your life. It should be a pleasure. It should be something that you're doing because you love doing it. Now, you did your show, you're a student, you're working. What made you reach out to me?
So I had my first show and I didn't really like the way I looked. And so there was a disconnect because I was just like, well, I knew I could look better, but maybe I just need to be taught a different way, or maybe I just need the correct guidance. Not everyone meshes well when it comes to working out and having someone guide you along the way. And so I just started looking around, and I've known you for a few years now, known of you for a few years now. And I like who you are as a person, at least from what I've seen on social media and whatnot, because that's really all the information that you can gain is from social media. And I was like, oh, he seems like a really good, nice guy, humble guy. So I reached out to you. I think I DM'd you. I don't remember.
That's right.
So I was like, hey, man, reached out, and the rest is history. Yeah.
So, Alex is a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to nutrition and bodybuilding. He's learned a lot on his own, and because he's studying to be a doctor and he's in school, he's not lazy. He reads and researches, and he learned a lot. He got himself in great condition to do a show, but he reached out to me to utilize my experience. That's 4 times. I've been at this for 4 times longer than he has. I've been doing this for 22 years, dieting and training and bodybuilding, and I'm 12 years older than him. So he reached out to me to utilize my experience. Now, I'm not telling you guys about me as a coach. I'm just bringing this up because I want you guys to be aware of what you're asking for and what you're getting when you reach out to people for diets or for coaching. Any of you can figure out a diet on your own with a calculator on Google, a BMI, and you can come up with a diet. My initial diet, my workout that I gave you, that's not really what he chose me for. What he's getting with me is the eye. Me looking at him and learning his body over the weeks and months we've been working together and knowing what his body needs, because your body speaks to you. It tells you your metabolism is fast, your metabolism is slow, you need more salt, you need more water, you need less carbs, you need more fat. It's just a matter of you paying attention and knowing which cues to read and speak the language of your body, because unfortunately it's not speaking in English. It's telling you, but it's telling you in its own way. So don't sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to, make me look like the best coach, but what has changed for you? What did you benefit from working with me?
So the first thing that I noticed personally was your quickness to reply. That's one thing that really spoke to me. I was like, whoa, wow, he's dedicated to at least the people that he works with. So you get a quick reply, and if there's any changes to any aspect of either the training or the diet, it's right then and there, so I can make the proper adjustments. Number 1. Number 2, aside from the quick reply, I really, really enjoyed the training. I've never experienced that type of training before. The heavy, hardcore, drop the reps. Before I used to do 20 reps of everything that wasn't really supersets, it was almost like cardio, because it was, supersetting everything for 20 reps, and it just wasn't really working out for me. It got me in great shape, but it wasn't really working out for me when it came to muscle growth. So whenever you started implementing the heavy weight, drop the reps to about 6 to 8 reps, etc., I noticed the strength gains immediately. And then along with the diet, I noticed that there would be some days where I would just look completely flat, and I wasn't really keeping track of the things that I was eating as much. And when I started working with you and I was keeping track of what I was eating, I noticed that I was a lot fuller, bigger, and stronger almost the entire day.
More consistent.
It was a lot more consistent, and you keeping an eye on me was like, okay, well, we're going to change this. It may even be the most minute detail, but it still kept me right on track, and I never had a bad workout.
Let me ask you a question. What did you weigh in your show?
On stage or weigh-in?
Either one. Weigh-in.
Weigh-in, I was about 187 pounds.
And what do you think your body fat was?
Maybe 7-8%.
And you're how much now?
I'm about 202 pounds, 200.
And your back detail, as you guys will see in the posing video, your back detail is completely showing. You can see about 80% of your abs, and your conditioning is pretty good.
Yeah, I've kept my conditioning. I haven't put on enormous amounts of fat. I've built muscle in all of the correct areas of which you told me, these are the things. And another thing with the workouts that he's given me is he'll tell you from Jump Street, all right, here's some of the things that you could work on from a physique standpoint. So if you need a bigger chest, he'll implement those things in your workout. So that's also one of the things I enjoyed.
Again, the reason I bring this up is that I didn't give Alex a diet and say, see you later. We touch base every week, and we see what's going on, if he needs more or less food. We change the meals around when needed. If everything is working and it's going well and I like the progress he's making, we don't make any changes. We add or take away cardio when needed. So basically, I'm just a set of eyes, and I'm overseeing his physique, and I can easily give him a high calorie diet and be like, here, follow this for the next 8-12 weeks because it's a bulking diet. But putting on excess fat in the off season is one of the biggest mistakes everybody makes. High body fat changes your body hormonally, and he can attest to that because he's studying to be a doctor. Higher body fat equals higher estrogen. Estrogen is the devil. We don't want high estrogen. You're gonna feel like shit. If you're eating a ton and you're putting on body fat, your body literally becomes efficient at storing fat. When you're at a lean state, your body is more efficient. It's a fat burning and glycogen storing machine. When you're dieting, your body's really good at burning fat, and it's really good at utilizing nutrients. When you go into your off season, the first 4 to 6 weeks is magic. You can't help but gain muscle. But after that, if you keep on eating more and more and more and more, and you start putting on excess weight, it's a disaster. Guys come to me 180 pounds and say, I want to be 220. Where do you get this number from? You're not going to put on 40 pounds of muscle. You're not going to put on 25 pounds of muscle. You just got to look at your body, and as long as your strength is going up in the gym and you're progressing in the gym, you're getting good pumps and you feel good and your energy levels are good, you're on track. You don't need to eat a boatload. So again, you'll see his conditioning in the shape that he's in, sitting at 200 pounds, which is not a lightweight at all. We're about the same height. You're 5'10", right? Mm-hmm. 200 pounds, 5'10", 24-year-old student with abs is pretty impressive. And, you know, we trained legs together very, very strong. Were you this strong a year ago?
No, not at all.
So the lower volume got you strong.
Yeah, the lower volume, it was a complete different world. I was immensely shocked. I was like, I didn't even know I could squat this much. I didn't even know I could shoulder press this much, like dumbbell. I was like, oh, okay.
This video is not about supplements and anabolics, but I'm just going to say this because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering. Alex is 100% natural. So, you know, the techniques that we're implementing and using, it applies to everybody. We all pretty much train and eat the same. Some things will change here and there, but he's made this progression, he's made these gains just by eating right, food timing, and lifting heavy. So just wanted you guys to hear this from somebody other than myself. All my videos are mainly me. You know, I want you guys to see the same techniques and the same stuff that I tell you guys. It works. It works for everybody. Men, women, young, old, 24-year-old student with a job, still progressing. So keep that in mind, guys. Till next time. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.